Sweat News, Episode 2. Welcome back to Sweat News, where we celebrate the people, music, food, and spaces that strengthen our communities one dance floor at a time. Before we usher in another holiday weekend for the 4th of July, I wanted to take a moment and hop back in the time machine. This episode is a recap of Father's Day, Juneteenth, and the summer solstice. So let's rewind. Brewers Ball at Maymont. The weekend began at the Brewers Ball at Maymont, an annual fundraiser benefiting cystic fibrosis research. I had the pleasure of attending with my brother, my mom, my sister-in-law, and several of my brother's colleagues. One of my favorite things about Richmond is that no matter how big the event, you always end up running into familiar faces. That's exactly what happened here. The food was phenomenal, the drinks were flowing, and every vendor brought something unique to the table. Events like this remind me that fundraising can be built around a worthy cause while still creating an unforgettable experience. When people ask me what makes an event successful, it's simple. It should leave you feeling more connected when you leave. There, I headed over to the Hoff for their Juneteenth celebration. The lineup was exceptional. DJ Duffy continues to be one of my favorite DJs in Virginia. Beyond incredible music selection, they're passionate about teaching people the history of DJ culture and preserving the craft. If you've never had the opportunity to talk music with Duffy, I highly recommend it. DJ Lotto also delivered an incredible set. Their ability to blend genres while keeping the dance floor engaged makes them someone I think everyone should keep an eye on. DJ J. Francis rounded out an already impressive lineup with a set full of energy and intention. More importantly, the event reminded us that Juneteenth is about celebrating freedom through joy, through gathering, and through music. Dancing has always been part of our cultural story, and it felt fitting that so many people chose to celebrate liberation by actually moving together. Father's Day. The next day, I slowed things down with my brothers. We took our dad to dinner at Bontania on Carey Street, and honestly, those reflective and wisdom-filled conversations are some of many things I'm grateful to still have in my life. As we get older, we begin to realize that presence is one of the greatest gifts we can offer each other. Good meals eventually end. Conversations become memories. Those memories become the stories we carry for the rest of our lives. I'm grateful for every opportunity I have to spend time with him. Washington, D.C. After Richmond, I headed to Washington, D.C. to spend the weekend with one of my good friends, Josh. I first stopped by Throw Social for an event hosted by Day in the District. Great crowd, great atmosphere, and a perfect way to start the evening. Later that night, I made our way to AI Warehouse for Black House. DJ Tromac absolutely understood the assignment. The room stayed moving from beginning to end. I danced, laughed, met new people, and somewhere along the way, managed to lose my ID. Not ideal, but honestly, some nights are worth the trip to the DMV, 12 after 12. The following afternoon, I stopped by 12 after 12 to support a friend and ended up meeting two incredibly talented DJs who I believe are going to continue making waves in this scene. One thing I appreciated throughout the weekend was hearing so many incredible open format DJs. Music doesn't exist in isolation. House comes from disco. Disco comes from soul. Soul comes from gospel. Hip hop samples funk. Everything is connected. The best DJs don't separate genres. They tell stories through them. church. At this point, church has become my benchmark for what community-centered events can look like. Everything feels intentional: the hospitality, the programming, the crowd, the music. This week featured an all-black female lineup, and that's something worth celebrating. House music has always been shaped by black artists, women, and the LGBTQ plus community, and it's refreshing to see organizers intentionally creating space for those voices. DJ Z opened the evening beautifully, laying a soulful foundation that immediately made the room feel welcoming. Eb King continued building the energy with confidence and precision. Then came the headliner, DJ Bridge. If you've never experienced Gospel House on a dance floor filled with people who actually came to dance, I hope you get that opportunity someday. Something changes. It stops feeling like entertainment and starts feeling like collective healing. Toward the end of the night, DJ Bridge stepped away from the decks and joined everyone on the dance floor. There was no longer a separation between DJ and audience. No spectators, no performers, just people laughing, sweating, dancing with strangers, celebrating together. That final 30 minutes reminded me of my own mission and passion. The reason I started Sweat in the first place. Not because I wanted to throw parties. It's because I wanted to help create moments exactly like that. Somewhere along the line, we've lost the plot and convinced ourselves that dance floors are places to stand and face the DJ, hold our phones in the air, and capture content. I think we've forgotten that dance floors were always meant to be participated in. House music in particular asks something of us. The beat wants our bodies, our vulnerability, our willingness to move. That night reminded me that joy is something we practice, not something we consume. I left church feeling lifted. My nervous system took days to reset because I left, leaving so charged and full of joy. I'm not even joking. The music lingered with me for days. Maybe that's why this episode took a little longer to make. Some experiences deserve time before you try to explain them. Between working a full-time job, running 2 businesses, and trying to experience as much of this beautiful thing called life as possible, I needed time to process everything this weekend gave me. As we head into another holiday weekend, I hope you don't just attend events. I hope you participate, dance with strangers, talk to someone new, support local DJs, thank the organizers, eat good food, call your parents, spend time with your friends. And remember, community isn't something we inherit. It's something we build, one shared experience at a time. I'm Germany, and this has been Sweat News. Take it with a beat of sweat.